This has been such a good, relaxing trip, man. Except for last night.
Oh, it's just been really good. You've been actually working really hard. You got that fire started.
Yeah.
You've been leading a lot.
Yeah.
You want me to lead a little bit? Take a break for you?
Sure.
Okay. Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. So we're off on the Catawba Trail. We're going to be doing the Virginia Triple Crown today. So we originally thought we'd start off on Dragon's Tooth parking and go counterclockwise, but instead we're going to start off on the North Mountain Trail side over by the Andy Lane parking. Simply because on day 3 there's going to be quite a few random thunderstorms. At least that's what it's calling for at the time. And we don't want to be ridge walking in thunder and lightning. So we're going to go a little different route, hit the Catawba Trail, North Mountain Trail, and then come around to the AT, and then back to the Andy Lane parking. So as you leave the parking lot, it actually wouldn't be that long until you reach a creek, but this will be the last water source that you hit for about 13 miles plus. The entire ridge line, once we get to the top, there won't be any water up there. So we're loaded up. We cameled up pretty good before we left here, so we're not going to be staying on the ridge. We've been on the trail for about 30 minutes. We've actually gained a decent amount of elevation. I'm kind of shocked, honestly. Show you what we're looking at here. We were just talking, you know, we've gained this elevation pretty decent, and man, we're feeling great, honestly. And I think it's what a good night's sleep will do for you before a hike. Normally we, you know, crash in the car, we're there at midnight. Thank you, Sparky, for the
Bates Motel.
So yeah, we found a hidden gem.
Actually, it was really nice.
Got a hotel about an hour away, crashed there at about 11:30 roughly. Yep. 11 o'clock at night, so not in a hurry waking up this morning. I mean, this is
well worth it.
This could be the start of something new on our trips. So I wonder if the Bates Motel has like a reward program.
Still looking for the USB plugins.
That was in the Holiday Inn Express right next to the hotel. Probably can't see it, but there's a white-tailed deer right down there. He's looking at us. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but straight back through there is a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. Little concerning. It's our last trip. When we went to Red River Gorge, we were actually all sitting down the top of the Indian staircase in Outland. kind of pointed out an area. It's like, man, seen an area that a lot of smoke was coming up, and he's like, that's a little concerning. And so happened the next day we read about a forest fire. Yeah, no, it wasn't at our campsite, not that time. But it was a 20-acre spot of the Red River Gorge caught on fire. Doing okay?
Excellent.
I'd say it's safe to say we started our descent.
The one time you don't run.
What's that?
The one time you don't run.
Yeah, there's no running down this. Holy cow. This is steep. Well, and lots of loose rocks too. It's not worth busting an ankle, or worse, sliding and twisting a knee. Oh. So we just passed the Dragon's Tooth parking lot, and we just drank about probably a liter of water each, and we filled up our bottle and our beef free. So we'll be carrying about, I don't know, 1.8 liters is what we're carrying at a time this trip. But here's the water source. It's beautiful. So we're gonna figure out where to camp and then see what is next for today. All right, we are on the Boy Scout Trail, and that is kind of a connector trail between the Dragon's Tooth Trail and the Appalachian Trail. So we're gonna camp out here today. We're kind of indecision. We like the thought of getting set up and relaxing, and also going up to Dragon's Tooth today as well too. We're going to discuss that, see what we feel like doing. Outside of that, we got set up. Let's run through our rigs here real quick. My Bumblebee setup. It's the UGQ Hanger 12 in this really sweet yellow. And then on the inside, of course, got my DIY hammock and DIY underquilt, all black and yellow. And then my DIY hammock gear top quilt, DIY by Hammock Gear. Sparky's rocking his DIY by All Things Outdoors hammock, so he got to try
awesome.
out. So we tested that out in the Red River Gorge, and he didn't fall, so we're pretty happy about that. He seemed,
it's gonna hold.
but he's gonna get his Mamba Jamba set up now, the tarp, and then get his underquilt and top quilts set up, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do next. Oh, I've got one other thing I am bringing on this trip as well too. Recently, my parents sold their farm. It's actually the place I grew up on, the only place I've known them to live in my entire life. They recently moved out. Well, I've had an apple tree stump that I've been working on from the farm, a dead apple tree that I've been working on trying to burn, and it makes great firewood. Well, it wouldn't quite fit in my stove, so I cut it in half, and I found the craziest coloring wood grain that I've ever seen in my life. What I decided to do is I bought basically a blank Condor bush lore blade, and decided to try to just make my own handle for it. But I took the wood that I had from the apple tree and just kind of made my own little handle. So now I've got my own bushcrafting knife to use on this trip. This is going to be home for tonight, and nice stiff breeze coming through. Man, it feels good. I'm really looking forward to settling down and eating some food. It's 4:45.
Let's do it.
Oh, we've been piddling around camp. It's kind of late.
I feel better though.
Oh yeah, that was nice. That was nice. So we were trying to decide Dragon's Tooth tonight or tomorrow morning. And Sparky says, let's do it now. We're gonna go ahead and we may not be back to camp till like 7:30, and then we'll probably have a quick dinner and quick fire and fall asleep. But hey, this is a new me. This is a completely new me. No timelines here.
Even though you were shooting to be at the campsite at 3 o'clock.
I know.
You didn't freak out, so I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, I kept it reined in.
Yep. You know what? Because you started getting that time oriented.
Yeah.
But good job. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. So I promised Sparky on this trip, no timelines. None.
I appreciate that.
So, and I gotta be honest, I'm enjoying it. Water crossing. All right, we just passed the AT junction. Now it's like 0.7 to the, ouch, that was a sharp rock.
I love rock.
Ah. Anyway, so we passed the AT junction and now we're on our way up 0.7 miles to the summit, which it's the fun part, the big rock scramble. Oh, yeah. This is gonna be a long 0.7, I think. This must be the rocky part. They were doing that with giant packs. To be 16 again. All right.
Yeah, it's my first time hiking this trail, so it's
Oh, is it?
difficult. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah. Is it your first time too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not even really from around here. So.
Gotcha, yeah.
But cool.
Sweet, yeah. I wish you guys best of luck and be safe.
Hey, thank you. You as well.
Thanks.
Well, I'm glad that did not happen.
You okay?
Bring my climbing gear.
Oh man. Man, look at that view. Never fails. My legs always hurt less when I see stuff like this. Man, that completely just gives you another boost of energy.
Oh, this is cool.
Isn't it? So windy. Feels good though. Pickle Branch Shelter.
Sweet.
That sounds cool. All right. Well, I think we're at the top. Let's go check out this tooth. Hang on. I see dragon's tooth. It's actually like dragon's teeth. Check this out. How cool is that? Wow. Unbelievable. Okay. Probably right here. Yep. That worked out. You got longer legs. All right. Oh, this tight squeeze on the hips. I see that bright yellow tarp, my friend. Well, so we got some neighbors set up over there. That probably saved us about, at our pace, probably around 3 hours of hiking tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is going to be a slow start. Oatmeal and coffee. All right, I'm going to grab something to eat, probably crash, and then we'll catch you guys in the morning. Morning, everybody. About 6:50, 7 o'clock, somewhere around there, I'm sure. Oh man, the I see you. What's that? Oh, hey, good morning. Oh, so we're gonna take our time getting ready this morning, and great night's sleep. Oh my goodness. It was a little warm at first with the underquilt and the 40-degree top. I actually could go to maybe a lighter top, but later on it still was pretty nice. Once it got down to about, I don't know, upper 50s, it felt a lot better. But and that we're gonna get up, probably get some coffee around, and just take in the morning.
I think I'll put more water in there. I don't know why I just did enough just for my oatmeal. Crap, I can do my coffee afterwards too.
Exactly.
There's more in there. No, just be up.
I always jump. I can't help it. I know it's going to happen, but I jump. Yeah. Well, it's only a cup. Can't help it. All right, we're on the Boy Scout Trail. It's a connector trail leading to the AT. The weather is going to be like this probably the next couple of days. Just
amazing. Beautiful.
It's always amazing when you're in the woods though, right?
Yeah.
Regardless. So I just put my rain gear on and literally just took it off. It's like at the point to where I'm going to get wet by the rain, or I'm going to get wet by sweating. So, and it's not a downpour, just a heavy mist or a light sprinkle. So we're going to hit the AT, then head to McAfee Knob, and we'll see what the weather has in store for us. Not predicting a lot of good views today. It's pretty cloudy, so that's unfortunate, but we'll see. You never know. But this is actually really, other than the 0.7 miles to Dragon's Tooth on the AT, this is my first true AT hike. So it's kind of a first for me. I'm excited about it. So let's do this. It's official. Northbound. awesome little waterfall there. And then Sparky pointed out that water wheel. How cool is that? This is a really neat area, and there's houses over there. I've just got to say, whoever owns parts of this property, you guys don't ever take it for granted. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, I think it's going to be safe to say we're probably not going to have much views on McAfee Knob today. But how beautiful is this area? Well, how's the views?
Outstanding. We just want to document this epic scenery right now that we're seeing right now, and it's just beautiful. I feel like I'm in a Stephen King movie.
Oh, and I don't know which one, because they all have this in them. So that is a long way down. It's probably a good thing it is fogged over. You can't see. Narrow trail too. Get it to a overlook.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
You know what though? Bad weather hiking is still better than pretty much anything, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah, I will too. I'm really honestly just thankful to be out in the woods. But that's what we're seeing this whole time.
It's amazing.
Oh, so I tell you the one thing though, my if you can see there, my rain kilt is working out pretty well. I decided to put it on now that the rain stopped. So at least I'm getting use out of it. But yeah, you know, I love Ripstop by the Roll. Just a great place to get stuff like everything I've made. Hammocks, underquilts.
Dresses.
It's not a dress, it's a kilt. Everything I've made, I got from pretty much Ripstop by the Roll. We got to be getting close to the, what is it, one of the parking lots that goes on up to McAfee Knob. So I think we're going to maybe try to regroup.
Get lunch.
Yeah, I'm like starved. I'm absolutely starved. I think that's a great idea. And then try to make our plans for the day. We've got 3 things that we're thinking about. Camping at the first shelter, then camping at the shelter after McAfee Knob, and then option number 3 is just gutting it all the way through to the car. So, and reason being, I mean, it's saying chances of thunderstorms, and you know, that's the one thing that I don't like.
Next 2 days.
Yeah. They said at 2 o'clock today. What time is it?
12:40.
12:40. Oh, okay. So at 2 o'clock today, there's a chance. And then tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, there's a chance. I just don't want to be up on any overlooks with no view and lightning. So that's the only thing that kind of worries me. Other than that, I don't want anybody to think that this hasn't been fun. So we always, we don't get to see each other too often. We've been best friends since the college days.
Yep.
What was that, 22 years ago? So I look forward to these times, being able to get out in the woods and
Been that long?
It's been a long time. It's been half of our lives, or more than half of our lives at this point. So.
And I put up with you that long? It's amazing.
Oh, the stories. Oh man. Anyways, so we'll never change. But other than that, we're gonna keep moving on, find a good place for lunch, and then probably wring out the socks and figure out what we're gonna do next. This is what we were hoping to see. So we are right there. We're gonna probably break for lunch there, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do at that point. And the rains subside.
You know why?
Why?
Stop.
Because we stopped here. Man, that was my stuff is absolutely soaked there. But right now, I'm actually gonna make turkey dinner casserole. So we're gonna try that one. Boiling the water for it right now. Sparky's gonna make a cup of coffee. Probably a good time for that. So, and then the other thing is trying to drain the socks a little bit. I got another pair I might put on, but I'm thinking I'm gonna save them. But we're not sure how much. It's not far. There was a couple guys here with us, super cool guys. They just took off. They stayed here. It's only a mile to the next shelter. We may stay at that one. We're still up in the air. They're talking like not really much of a thunderstorm, but it may thin out a little bit today. But it's going to be like this all day tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But till then, we're going to just have some dinner, try to dry out the feet. So before trench foot sits in, and then let's take it easy for a little bit. All right, we're back on the road. Took an extended break. So we just met a through hiker named Cold Soak. Super nice guy. So enjoyed hearing his stories, and pretty encouraging. So who knows? We'll probably meet up with him again. He'll probably pass us. So, but what an accomplishment. All right, we're 1.5 miles from McAfee Knob. There's actually a tent site here, then a shelter down there. This is where option one we thought about taking, which we're not going to take that. We're going to go ahead and push on past McAfee Knob, and at this point we're looking at option two, staying at the shelter past McAfee Knob. It cleared up, really give us a boost of encouragement, and then right back to clouds and rain, which it is what it is. So the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away, but it's always appreciated. So I see this little pond, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna top off my water. I just drank a bunch and didn't realize it. As I was doing it, we heard to the top, men, get her done. It was Cold Soak. He just passed us moving.
It doesn't look like we were standing still.
I know. Oh, you go, Cold Soak. You get that. You get to Maine. Oh, good for you. Yeah. No view today, which we're not surprised. But that would be, we're what, 3,000 feet? I don't know. I think right around 3,000 feet up, somewhere around there. But that would be McAfee Knob. We're just gonna push on to the shelter, and you know, it's, photo opportunity. What is that? All right. Well, two of the three objections down. We got one left, which is Tinker Cliffs. I don't think we're going to get much better, though. I'd be surprised if we get any better views tomorrow. Try to dry off and just chill out the rest of the evening, I guess. Probably set up our stuff and see what we can see, I guess.
I'm on a fire.
I was going to try to make a fire. I don't even know if, probably not going to happen because it keeps raining.
Yep.
It would be really, really tough. I'd have to find some dead standing wood. So, but we'll see. All right, this is going to be home for tonight. Pig farm shelter. We're going to be staying here. It's pretty much engulfed in clouds. Campbell shelter is on down that way. So we'll see what happens with the weather. So it feels like something's blowing in, but it's kind of hard to tell. It's just been crazy. I know they're calling for chances of thunderstorms, but we did come down a little bit lower in elevation. Wish we were a little bit more, but we'll make this work. Pitch them low. A blue jay hanging out with us. As the typhoons roll in. Brave little guy. How close are you gonna let me get? About that close, huh? All right, well, hang out all you want. There we go. Oh, well, we ate 2 meals, got water.
Took a bath.
You took a bath. Sparky, I'm glad he's not hurt, but that was a little scary. If you take, once again, we're at like Pig Farm campsite, but the trail to the water goes way down. I mean, it's a good ways away, and it's all pretty steep downhill. And then there's like this little creek with a bunch of rocks in it, like large rocks. So trying to stand on them, you know they're slippery even. And
I wasn't even moving.
You
I was
weren't
laughing.
he started laughing and then just completely feet went out from underneath him and landed on those rocks. So he's got an instant bruise on his elbow, but other than that, he's okay, which is kind of scary. But he hit hard. I actually felt him land on the rocks underneath my feet, so that was pretty rough. But meantime, we got our water, got back. Already ate 2 meals. Now we're like, well, you can go to sleep now, but we're gonna wake up at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. Right.
So
We came up with some ideas for our wind.
oh yeah.
Both of us did, actually.
Mine, we're taking bets. I don't think mine's gonna last, but I just put my trekking pole on the inside and have it pushing out. It actually seems fairly trapped there, kind of using a root underneath it on the back side of the trekking pole. It's not gonna slide anywhere, but I'll be shocked if that's like that in the morning. And then Sparky used his extra zing it here, his bear line. We're both using my line. And did like a little pull out along that tree, so that kind of helps keep the tarp off of him. So I think you're going to be okay, but I think I'll be kissing my tarp the entire night.
We'll see what holds.
Yeah, the gale force winds.
Yeah.
So it's been raining all day. Everything's soaked. We're going to find a way to start a fire. So we're on the search for some standing, dry, dead stuff. See if we can do our prep work and get one going. So there are things that boost morale.
I feel better now.
And a fire is one of them. We have success.
Thanks, Jeremy.
I tell you, the secret is doing your prep work, getting all the small stuff you can find, and pine cones. Nature's natural fire starter. Just unbelievable. Feel so much better now.
Me too.
I think whittling down with the old bushcrafting knife, getting some flakes going, helping too. So actually got to use it. Exciting. May never carry it on another hike, but hey, how cool is that?
Pretty amazing.
This saw is so awesome. Good idea. About warming it up on the rack too, getting it dried off.
And if it catches on fire,
We'll just move it to the bottom. Heck yeah. Oh, what are you trying it on? A twig?
a twig.
Here, hold on. Let me see it. Let me help you. There you go. What do you think?
Actually, really awesome.
All right, so a quick rundown. We're already tore down from camp. Sparky tore down at about 1 in the morning this morning. The one thing we found out, we're actually pretty high up. So we got some great views. Problem was a really nasty thunderstorm came through. Oh man. So the lightning was pretty bad. So about 12:45, Sparky had his earplugs in. I woke him up and we jumped over to the shelter that's just right over here. So we left pretty much everything up. And just took our top quilts and a pillow and just had a little bit of a rough night in the shelter, mainly because sleeping on the ground without a pad. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. But good thing is we can actually see where we're at now. It's pretty crazy. Wow. Definitely not something we wanted to do, was leave the hammocks, but it was a little bit of a concern. We just tried to err to the side of caution. Odds are probably with you that nothing's gonna hurt us or hit us, but why chance it? Couple updates here. One, we're really taking our time. So I think Sparky's knee is pretty banged up, a little more than we thought from his fall yesterday. If he falls again, he'll be not moving much.
Wet rocks are not fun.
No. So we're really concerned about that. Not really much of an option. I mean, we got to be getting close to Tinker Cliffs, I would think. But another thing, watch this moss. I mean, keep in mind, we're on the top of this ridge and we ran into, oh gosh, that is slippery. We ran into some wildlife. So odd to find you up here, little fella. Crazy. We were just thinking, you know, we're actually watching for critters since it's sun's out on the rocks. It's been cold for a couple of days. We're being a lot more cautious about being aware of our surroundings.
And wet pavement.
And wet pavement. Whole bunch of lilac trees down there, like a field of purple. This is, oh my gosh, unbelievable.
started
They're
again.
all throughout there. Just a whole field. It's like a whole bunch of lilac trees all across there. That's crazy. It's gorgeous. All right. Tell you what, after the day that we had yesterday, we are incredibly blessed today. Unreal. Oh. I am so glad we are going down and not up. This is crazy. All right, we beat the rain. It's about lunchtime. We are at the cars. Mission now, brother. Not planning another trip, but
Get something to eat.
I'm starving. I skipped breakfast. Until next time.
That was like the real deal that worked with that.
It was like an Exxon gas station with amazing burgers. So, let's see, we're 2 double cheeseburgers, 2 orders of potato wedges, an order of chicken tenders, potato salad. And we'll probably stop 2 more times on the way home.
And all gone in 5 minutes.
That's literally 5 minutes. That was the worst case of hiker hunger I've ever had. Oh my gosh.
Called for a pizza down the road.
I agree.